We're here in the Robyatt audio room. My name is Robyatt. I import the Miyajima phono cartridges and electronics that we're listening to today. This is Kent McCullum. He's the gentleman that took my very beaten Quad 63s and returned them to pristine wonderfulness. A lot of people very surprised at the tremendous amount of bass, detail, and just joyous music they're creating here. And this is Chris Klein. Chris Klein produces all the wires, but whether they're power, interconnect, or speaker cables that we're using today, which also contribute tremendously to the very balanced and organic sound that we have here.
How are you doing today, guys?
Good. Great.
There's great sound in this room. It's a great demonstration we're about to do. Mono versus stereo.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
I'm about to demonstrate the difference between a stereo recording and a mono recording. About 3 years ago in the Jerome L. Green space in New York City, I had the opportunity and the luck to record Ilio Villafranca and his friend Charles Flores. Unfortunately, Charles Flores is no longer with us. He died last year at the age of 42. So there's stickers on these albums saying in loving memory.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, they are both Cuban. Ilio wrote the music you're about to hear, and he's playing a Fazioli piano. Charles bought his double bass, which he plucked and bowed. The recording was done 192 to a hard drive, and the recording engineer was a gentleman called Duke Marcos, who is quite well known from his days at WBGO and the Kennedy Center. The stereo recording was done with two main stereo microphones and some fill-in mics for the piano and the bass. The mono recording was done with a single vintage Neumann microphone. And we're about to demonstrate the difference between the two different sounds that we achieved, both stereo and mono. First of all, I'm going to play you the stereo. I'm going to play the mono.
that bass came in just now, on the mono, it was very realistic sounding.
You closed your eyes and was relaxing listening to the mono. When we had a launch party for this LP at my house, I played the stereo to Ilio on quads, and then I played the mono, and he turned to me and he said, "That's how I think I sound." He said, "That's what I think." But the biggest thrill for me with producing this LP, apart from having the chance to produce my first LP, was I was playing this at Rocky Mountain a couple of years ago, and a gentleman walked in. He was an older gentleman in his 70s with his grandson, and he stopped dead and he went, "That's a Fazioli." And I was like, "How do you know that, sir?" He said, "Because I play my Fazioli every single day. I have a G228, and that's the first time I've ever been able to recognize it on a recording." So that made my show.
Well, thank you very much, Rob, and that's a very profound demonstration. First ever on video, mono versus stereo. Thank you, Rob.
Thank you.